I'm Jane, and thanks you, or thank you, or thanks for checking this out, the words. So I wanted to talk about chaos, so it makes sense that the words that would already start this would come out chaotic. Funny. So yeah, I wanted to talk about chaos. So the way I see chaos is when everything is just kind of bumping into each other, just like particles. And so many times chaos feels like overwhelming, frustrating, confusing, heavy, disorienting. It can feel a lot of different ways to be amidst chaos. And yet, without chaos, we cease to exist. So the universe is so beautifully expanding, right? And it's been expanding, and it's not only is it expanding, but it's expanding at a much more rapid rate. So that means all these particles that are bumping into each other and creating chaos are doing so at a faster rate. So for us humans, it can feel like more. It can feel like more chaos. It can feel like witnessing more chaos around us. And there's this point where I have viewed chaos now as this super awesome, beautiful thing. Because again, without it, we die. And it's also a place where new things get created. So if you have two planets and they bump into each other, something new is going to be created. It could be a whole new planet. It could be one planet. Maybe they come together and fuse. Maybe they break apart and make a whole bunch of other planets. But something new comes out of it, right? Maybe it's friction as they hit and it creates a heat wave out. And when new things are created, I get it, it also leads to more potential for chaos because there's more things around and more pieces that can be bumped. But I have learned to embrace chaos. And it's interesting because for a chunk of my life, I was only, I'm going to use the word comfortable. I was only comfortable in chaos. It wasn't a real comfort. It was more of a distraction. So I would use a lot of drugs, have relationships that were chaotic and not in service to me. I was always on the go and client after client after client and just all these things. And I created this chaotic bubble around me because I couldn't deal with the chaos that was inside of me, the misalignment of me. So it became, chaos almost became my addiction. And it just became expressed in a myriad of ways. So now I'm like, I don't like that kind of chaos, this internal chaos. And so I have dealt with and cleared and consoled all of this chaotic internal that I had because, you know, I'm a human and I was a part of the human program and the human condition of the patriarchy, which is all types of discord on the inside. So I kind of dealt with all that stuff. And so now I'm at this point of like just natural chaos. You know, my cells bump into each other, and sometimes I learn that I need to take a rest the hard way because I've been overdoing it or whatever. But for the most part, I've got this nature within me that's just like this. So that when all the chaos is going on around me, I can just be a witness to it. And sometimes it'll suck me in, and sometimes it comes in and like makes an impact on my life, but it doesn't shut me down, and it doesn't, I'm going to use the word force. It doesn't force me to go into that chaotic experience either. I can have an awareness of it and a curiosity, like, what gets to be created out of this chaotic experience? Or What can I do to make this a more calm environment? Or just being a witness to it all. And I feel that because everything is expanding and moving faster and faster and faster, more chaos is happening. So I think that it's a really good time for me to remember that no matter what the chaos is, that I can maintain my own flow, right? My own peace and my own sovereignty in witnessing it all. It's an interesting time to be alive. I always say that, but it really is, you guys. Like, we're at the point of like huge expansion. This is totally tangenting, but I like where it's going in my heart, so I'm gonna share it. So like, not only have we all decided to be here now, but like, we're this generation that's like completely dismantling the patriarchy. Y'all, this is some crazy cool shit. Like, we have grown up in this paradigm, and like, for eons of humaning, we've grown up in this paradigm of like, white man, white judgy dude in the sky, kind of like a Santa Claus and God baby that points his finger and says, you're wrong and you're right, and I'm going to tell you that if you're going to go into live a good not life because you're dead, or you're going to live a not life because you're dead and eternal damnation, hell. Like, we've literally grown up that that's been like the reality. And we're dismantling it. And not only are we dismantling it, but we're creating something new that's never been created before. We are allowing people, we are learning, some people are just now learning how to do this. So I'm just going to say that we are doing this. So we are learning and we are accepting people for who they are and how they are. You know, those that are on the light spectrum of behavior and how they express themselves, and I think they call it autism. You know, forgetting that we're all on the spectrum and that we're all supposed to be very different. If we're not allowing people to be themselves, and if we're stuck in this framework of this patriarchal paradigm where we're all supposed to go with the flow and not really ever change anything, it causes more chaos in here. Because the outside of us is supposed to be not chaotic, and it's just supposed to be like this and be perfect. And if it's not completely perfect, then we label it and we put it in a box and put it away. Let's keep flowing. That's not how nature works. Nature's messy, and there's life and there's death, and it's all everywhere. And if we try to stay confined to this one singular flow, we get torn up on the inside. That's when we start to get labeled even more so as having a mental disability or physical disability, because we literally cannot go in that flow because it's against our natural state of being. So now here we are collectively breaking that all down, creating all types of chaos. It's like if you've got this water and it's all flowing, and we've been told to only swim this way, and you get people that are cannonballing in, you got some backstrokers going the other way, you've got scuba divers going deep, you've got people jumping out and then you got some doing synchronized swimming, whatever. But it's a whole bunch of chaos, right? And as we're going through this shift and we are creating more chaos, witnessing more chaos, honoring the chaos that's around us while bringing this chaotic nature to a stillness inside. And as each of us maintain and start to grow this peace on the inside, then it's almost like we're all doing our own little watercolor dance in this big ocean of life. Not saying that we all have to flow this one way. And I feel like as we are dismantling the old program and creating the new program, we're in this in-between stage where there's a lot of dismantling that's already happened and that still has yet to happen. There's a lot of new things that are being built and growing, and there's a whole lot of new stuff that we have no idea how the hell we're going to do that yet. So we're in this like beautiful kind of muddy, murky, gray area, and yet it's the most colorful time I've ever been able to witness in life. So I wanted to hop on here and share my gratitude and love and appreciation for chaos. Even though it doesn't necessarily feel good and it can feel a little bonkers, because we're going from one completely linear paradigm of way of being to being ourselves, to being our unique human expression, to be accepting of all beings everywhere, to honor their expression, their communities, their practices, their culture, and then taking some of that and being like, that resonates for me. Can I be a part of that too? And not saying that they're wrong because they're different than we might be. I am so grateful for all the chaos in the world and all the chaos in my life and all the chaos in the community and in nature, because every time something chaotic occurs, something bumps up and creates friction, it allows me to feel inspired. How could that be better? How could it be different? How could we grow from that? How could we use that experience to nourish us? As opposed to me stopping and just looking at the chaotic experience and hating it and just wishing it weren't so, and looking at the chaos as it's wrong. Because as soon as I do that, I stop moving, I stop creating. We stop moving, we become stagnant. Once we become stagnant, we die. So chaos truly is an integral part of living. So I wanted to share my thoughts about chaos today, with my East Side local shirt on. What? I love this place. You guys, if anyone is ever in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, go. Great, great, great place. Love it. And the owners are fantastic. Oh, I love them so much. Anyway, a little shout out to Brenda and Gina and Penny, who makes an appearance on occasion. So anyway, chaos, embrace it if you can. Go with the flow. Doesn't mean I have to go with this flow, but go with your flow. Go with this flow. Go with this flow. This is a totally different flow to be in than feeling like we have to go through the flow of some patriarchal paradigm bullshit that's not in alignment with this. They're very different directions. So create fun, create ideas, create new movements, use your voice, and get through this chaotic time. Go with the flow. And I hope that you're enjoying your nows as much as possible. I look forward to hopping on here again. And if anyone, I'm cutting this short. I'm like, okay, I'm done. If anyone has any support that they're looking for through all of this chaos and Ascension goodness as we raise our vibes, holla. There are links below. And be on the lookout for more really cool events that I get to do and be a part of. I'm so excited. And if you haven't started following me on like the Instagram and all that stuff, click on those links. That's where you'll find all the information, so you can see the fun that goes this way amidst all the chaos. So anyway, thanks for taking the time and checking this out. I hope that all of your nows are amazing and peaceful and creative and inspiring and full of all the love. And I will see you all next time. Bye.